Welcome to the Jeremiah Show. When the summer winds blow across the Pacific here in Santa Barbara, I begin to daydream of nights at the Hollywood Bowl, sitting at a table under the stars with a nice bottle of wine, probably curated or handpicked by my special guest today, Caroline Styne, and snacking on Chef Suzanne Goin's tasty food. And we can do that again, you know. So what are we waiting for? Two of my very, very favorite restaurateurs in the entire world are joining me today. And it's been far too long since I sat on their restaurant rooftop at the Cara Cara in downtown LA at the Proper. Probably about this time last year, and I enjoyed both their food and their cocktails. And right now, I'm thrilled to announce on the show all of the new things happening in food, wine, beer, and fabulous foodie treats from Suzanne Goin and Caroline Styne for the 2023 Hollywood Bowl season on this first episode. And stay tuned for my interview in the second half with Chef Victoire from Top Chef World All-Stars. And I just want to point out one more thing before we get in here. All the music on the show today, I picked from concerts that have happened at the Hollywood Bowl live in the past.
Oh, great. Genius.
Yeah. I thought it made sense. Yeah. Hollywood Bowl Food and Wine is presented by the Los Angeles Philharmonic in partnership with the Lucques Group and Sodexo Live. Now, did I pronounce Sodexo Live right?
You did. That is it.
Okay. You never know these days. Pronunciation, so important. Discover the delicious food and the wine menus this summer at the Hollywood Bowl. Go to hollywoodbowl.com. Check out the lineup, the music, and definitely sample the food and the wine, beer, all of it. We're going to talk about that right now. We're going to make you hungry. Welcome, Chef Suzanne and Caroline Styne.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
So happy to have you back. Been busy. You never slow down, either one of you. And one of the reasons I love to follow what you're doing, I love to taste and sample the drinks even more at your bars and your wine list. Let me set this up a little bit for those of you that haven't been to the Hollywood Bowl at all or lately. The Los Angeles Philharmonic Association presents Hollywood Bowl Food and Wine for the 2023 season. Today, the Los Angeles Philharmonic Association announced new menus for the season. Chef Suzanne and restaurateur Caroline Styne introduced cool, delicious new offerings to complement the music under the warm Los Angeles evenings. And now, in the eighth year with award-winning chef Suzanne and Caroline, it promises to be exceptional dining for visitors to the iconic menu and venue. So Caroline, tell me about the new wine selection for 2023.
Well, for anybody who's never been to the Bowl, I don't think people understand exactly how much we offer there. We have 3 full service restaurants. We make food made to order to 3,000 box seats. We have marketplaces with prepared foods and wine and snacks and drinks, and we have concessions stands as well that Suzanne will get into. And we do backstage catering and event catering and all that. It's a really kind of crazy, enormous project. And I don't think any other theater in the country has this kind of fully immersive food and wine experience at a theater where you're going to go see a concert. It's just really special. And so just like Suzanne, brings her beautiful food and her ethos to cooking to everything that you eat there, I try to do that with the wine as well. And I choose small production, artisanal producers from all over the world. And I try to have something for everybody, but these are not normally wines that you'd find in a supermarket. They're not you're going to see at a theater, mass produced wines. These are all really beautiful, hand selected wines that really complement the food and complement the venue and the summer nights there. And I just really try to do something that's interactive and fun and different. And like, I treat it like I do the restaurant wine list. So
Is there a process that you go through, or do you just try things and that you like and you say, I think other people would like this? Or is there I mean, you created some really great wine lists.
I know what you're gonna say
You
right
should-
now.
You should see her desk.
I
Her
knew-
desk, her office is like 50 bottles of wine. She'll
Yeah.
be looking at, oh my gosh, okay, got it. Time to taste the rosés for the bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the difference with, I mean, yes, I taste things all the time and I think, oh, this would be a great bowl wine. But I also have to be very conscious about cost there in terms of having selections that are at a price point
Mm.
that a variety of people feel comfortable with, because some
Yeah.
people go there and they want to blow it out and spend a lot of money on wine. And some people just want to get a really solid wine for an affordable price. So I taste a much wider array of wines than I would for the normal restaurant situation. But it's really fun because it makes me open my eyes to things that maybe I wouldn't have tried. I think that, you're not just going to walk in and get just a bottle of Chardonnay or a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc. There's just a really wide variety of options. And a lot of, and I like with the restaurants, all the wines tend to be either organically, sustainably, or biodynamically farmed. A lot of new vegan selections and natural wines. And it's just, it's a really fun, wide array of options there.
I think
Sounds like
I think the nice thing for guests is that you can, because it's so curated, it's like any bottle that you pick, if you walk in that marketplace, like every single wine is delicious. Different, like Karen said, different price points and different flavors, but you can kind of know going in there that there's no lemons in there. Like everything's great. So it's
She's
really nice.
really taken her time and picked and curated and tasted, and a lot of them are still left on her desk.
Yes.
Just to prove it.
I do have a pile of wines I need to taste. It looks like a party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what a great job you have, Caroline.
Hey, it's work.
Yeah, it is work. It's so funny. I used to taste and build wine menus a lot, and it sounds like so much fun, but after an hour or two of tasting
Oh yeah.
so much wine, you're like, oh my God, I can't. It is work, actually. You got to take it serious.
Yeah. I'm not drinking them, not sitting there getting drunk and drinking them. It's a process. Yeah.
Right. You just have really red teeth a lot.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of toothpaste in the office.
Well, Chef Suzanne, tell me about the menu. What's inspiring you right now, and do you come up with a new menu every season, every Hollywood Bowl season, Philharmonic season?
Yes, I do all new menus for
You
every
do?
Hollywood Bowl. Yes, there are always like some favorite staples that if I don't bring them back, people get upset. So there's, sometimes there's a little core of favorites that stay. But it's a lot. And it's funny because I write the menus usually in January. So I have to put myself in this like summer moment when I'm writing them. But as usual, everything is inspired by local produce and our local farmers. And I'm really lucky actually working with Sodexo Live. They've been great about setting up programs which most corporate food service companies would not be into. They just want a lot of places, especially big venues, they just want like a truck to show up and everything's on it. And we actually at the Bowl do this. It's the same way we work in the restaurant. So we have connections with all of our local farmers who we know. We can call up so when we order, we don't actually go to the market, but we have somebody who goes to the market for us, and I can order, the potatoes from Alex Weiser. I can order the specific cherries I want from Murray's, and and I can get Windrose tomatoes, and I can get Coleman Farms herbs and lettuces, and so it's really great. And that took a little bit of time in the beginning because I think it was hard at a venue like that. It was hard for sort of everybody, like almost the farmers and also just just working at such a big operation. But now we've really got our groove on. And so it's the same produce that we're working with in the restaurants, which is really, it's like the way that I like to work. So,
Yeah.
And then, it is a challenge to come up with, I do want to do something different every year and sort of surprise everybody with new dishes. So, I read a lot about, I love traditional cultures and recipes. I love to travel. I love to kind of be inspired even by people that I'm working with, and like we talk about, flavors that people grew up eating.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be like a sous chef will make something amazing for staff meal, and I'll be like, wait, what was that salsa that you did? And it's like, oh, it's this thing my grandmother used to make, and we'll end up turning that into a dish for the restaurants. So it's a really fun way to work. And of course, the inspiration always is, like you said, it's summer, you're under the stars. What would I want to eat in those moments? And we have, with the restaurants, we have the wine bar, which is sort of a little mini AOC. So that's kind of follows that same template as AOC. And then the backyard, which is super fun. It's, I don't know if people have had the chance to be there, but it's basically on a rooftop overlooking the bowl. And it's 2 huge wood-fired grills. And we do not have a stove. It's crazy. This is the one where I say it's like camping, but it's really fun. And I think that menu particularly, is driven by that kitchen. And so everything's about the grill. And then I do most of the setups with the grilled meats or fish or vegetables are room temperature, lots of salsas, kind of really fresh and bright, kind of like if you were cooking in your backyard, which is why it's the backyard. So that's always a really fun, like a really, really fun menu to write. And then in the boxes, we do, it's like a giant, it's almost like a giant dinner party, because we'll do like 500 meals in an hour and a half. It's crazy. So we know what's coming because people pre-order, but then it's just all at once. So, some of our favorites are back. We do like a big barbecue platter with like brisket and ribs and fried chicken. That's for 2. A big seafood platter that's, marinated grilled shrimp and lobster rolls and all kinds of summery salads.
You're picnicking basically, right?
Yeah.
You're out. Explain what the boxes is for those that don't know, haven't been there.
Good point. Yeah. The front part of when you're facing the stage, there's the pool circle, which is just this one area right in front of the stage. And then from there, it's 2 different sections of box seats. And they're literally like little boxes that mostly they're for 4 people. And when you come to dine at the Bowl, if you pre-order, you'll show up and your box is set for 4 with tablecloth and silverware and wine glasses and everything. And you face each other and you have a server, you have a 3-course meal. And when it's time for the show, the servers will come, they take the tables out and the 2 people in front turn their chairs around. And then that's your seating for the rest of the show. So it's a very special, classic LA experience. And I would say if anybody's not done it before, once you do it too, you're hooked. It's just
and also
so fun. Yeah.
It's also, I love it's a classic LA experience, and it really is true.
Oh, yeah.
And where else are you going to get a menu at the Hollywood Bowl? I mean, I'm sure you've all seen it in movies and video, it's just beautiful, just gorgeous out there. Where else are you going to get a menu created by 4 times James Beard Foundation award winner, Chef Suzanne Goin, and wines and beers that are curated by Caroline Styne, James Beard Foundation's 2018 Outstanding Restaurateur of the Year award recipient. Congratulations, by the way, for all those awards, and just the experience at your restaurants, your various restaurants around town. Those are from your classically loved Lucques to AOC to downtown at the Proper to the Hollywood Bowl. The 2 of you are LA food, LA experience, right? I mean, you've got to experience. You've been to your restaurants if you've been to LA and you've gone anywhere good. It's the place to go and the food to taste and the wine to enjoy. And it's so neat to have that whole experience that you're describing at the Hollywood Bowl, have the 2 of you overseeing the experience on the food and the wine. It all goes together. It's the best things in life. And but you have an executive chef that oversees thousands of nightly guests.
Absolutely. We have an incredible team of from our executive chef Jeff Rogers and our chef of the premier. His name is Eric Lopez. We have a great team. We have each of the restaurants has a sous chef, and it's a great team of people. We've been all working together for the whole 8 years, and really been able to kind of grow the program together. We all, our visions very much aligned. Jeff actually was the chef at Monterey Bay Aquarium before that he worked at a lot of incredible high-end restaurants in the Napa Valley. So he kind of similarly, brought that same, passion for food and caring about quality, but he had done the big venue before, which I had never done. And so I think that, he was a great partner in being able to figure that out. And then Eric is also, we actually met him at the bowl. He was there before us.
Yeah,
And
that's
he was
right.
flipping burgers.
Forgot about that.
He was flipping burgers, and he, I could tell right away. The first thing he said to me was like, "Hey, so if you ever have a space in one of the restaurants, I'd love to come check it out." Actually, he told me, I was talking to him last night, and he told me this story about how, so then he was working at the, in the wine bar, and we needed somebody, I guess something happened at when we had tavern, something happened and I needed a cook, and I called him, and he told me he was out to lunch with his mom, which I didn't realize, but I called him and said, "Hey, is there any way you can work tonight?" And he said to his mom, "This is the call I've been waiting for. I gotta go."
Oh my God.
He just told me the story last night.
Aw.
Yeah, and he came over, and then he was like our secret weapon. He would come
Yeah.
work at, like, if somebody called out, he'd come work at tavern, or somebody was on maternity leave or whatever it was. And so he's worked through all the restaurants, and he's such a amazing, if you saw him, he's like a kind of like almost like a giant bear of a guy, but he's the most calm, cool, collected. And I'm telling you, at the bowl, like 1,000 things go wrong at one
Yeah.
time. It's like always some kind of fire drill. And Eric just like, he just solves it. He's like calm, he figures it out, and he keeps going. So
I call him the quiet riot.
oh, he's a total player, right? Yeah.
That's a good, he's gotta
So-
make a t-shirt for him on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
I like
right,
that.
yeah,
That's a
for
good
sure.
nickname.
So absolutely, it's and I think it's what's, we're in such a groove now. In the beginning, it was so crazy because it was trying to put all that structure in place. But I think all the time we spent with it and kind of really working with the leaders that we have, and most of them come and work with us in the off season too. So it's really helped it. I think this year has definitely been the easiest. And we're not into the season yet. We're doing the lease events, but it's been the easiest re-entry because we have all these great people in place. So it's not me trying to single-handedly train
Yeah.
every cook in like 4 different venues. I have people in each place that are, indoctrinated and into
Yeah.
it, like on the same page. And
And you mentioned they fit in and they have the same visions that that both of you have. And from Matt Duggan,
yes,
I
yeah,
always want to call him Dugan because of our Dr. Richard
that's his
Dugan,
nickname. We call him
Yes.
Dugan, but it's
Yeah.
really Duggan.
to Chef, who you're just talking about, and for all your staff that have come back and that lend a hand up there at the Hollywood Bowl or in your other restaurants. There's a culture that the two of you have created that's really well known and famous in a way in the culinary industry. This culture you've created. Is there something that's a true line that runs through all of your staff? Something that's always that everybody has and shares a vision, this collective pulse of your group, the Lucques group?
I think that's a really tough one to nail exactly, because there are so many different aspects that go into it. I mean, first of all, we try to find people who just innately have that sense of hospitality and caring and wanting to take care of others. And I always say you kind of have to have a codependent need to please people to be in this industry, and trying to find those people who just have empathy and who just want to make people comfortable and happy. I think it's a big part of it.
And who find joy in it for themselves. That's
Yes.
the thing, is that they find satisfaction in taking care of people and helping to create those experiences. You can teach the mechanics of what to
Mhm.
do, but for somebody, we have such great managers and servers who they actually, if they make somebody's night, they're happy. That kind of makes
Yeah.
their night, and if that's the group of people you need, I think. I mean, in the kitchen, I think
That's really true. It's really
Yeah.
true.
in the kitchen, I think it's just like a passion for food. I mean, it's like they have to sort of love food, like from both sides, eating and cooking. And I think have a drive, they have to have a drive, because if it's not the easiest job by any means. There's a lot of easier ways to make a living, especially when you're starting out. So they just have to have the passion and the work ethic, I think. And it's funny to see like young cook, not everybody has the same passion for local and farmers and everything when they start.
Mhm.
But I think a curiosity too, like a passion and a curiosity, because we'll have a lot of cooks who, when they come in and start in the beginning, they have no idea. They don't even understand like what. So I don't understand like what's the difference between buying from a farmer's versus ordering from a produce company. They don't even think about it.
Yeah.
But when they start to learn about it and see our excitement when the first cherries come in, and then taste. We were doing a little tasting, like the tasting of the cherries from this week versus the cherries from last week. This week are way better because we're further into the season, but just to kind of turn people onto that. And I think if you find the people who are interested and passionate and they don't even have to get it yet, because we can teach them how to get it and we can teach them the differences, but they kind of have to have that innate curiosity and, be here for a reason.
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, that you do that both so well. And I wanted to go through all the different various things that you're doing there at the Hollywood Bowl, but I don't think we have time, and I have a better idea. I think everybody should go check it out themselves, right?
Definitely.
That's a better idea.
What you're talking about, taste the berries in the salads, taste the tomatoes from the farms, taste the wine that Caroline's really sourced and tried and found and thought about each and every one of you. The two of you do think about everybody. And I love that you have such a great audience out there that loves what you do. I can't wait to get down there, but do tell me two things, or tell the listener two things. Excuse me. Tell us about Wine Wednesdays before I say goodbye to you. And oh, I lost my place here. Wine Wednesdays, they've both got great names. Which is the other one I'm looking for?
Sunday market.
Winemaker Wednesdays and Sunday market tastings.
Yeah, it's kind of morphed a little bit. So
Okay.
it is, we're calling it just the market tasting series, and it
Okay.
does happen on Wednesdays and Sundays. It did originally come out of, hey, let's do Winemaker Wednesday. Cause again, just wanting to connect the guests with the wine program and kind of show people that they can have something different and exciting at the bowl when they come to a concert. So I decided to invite my winemaker friends who are local and some who are in from out of town to come and pour complimentary wine tastings in the plaza outside of the Plaza Marketplace there, which is right outside of the box office. It's sort of like the central hub of activity when you're coming to the bowl. And so twice a week for about 2 hours before the concert, I have my winemaker and also wine distributors and importers, and sometimes it's even a local som who come and they either pour their favorite selections from the list or come and pour new wines that we don't even have on the list yet, and just kind of have an interactive experience with the guests who are coming in for a concert. And it's really fun, and it's outside, and it's just it's great to be able to connect people with the winemakers. And Suzanne's done similar things with farmers and had, done a program with Alex Weiser. It's just, we just want to connect people with those others that we love so much and are working with.
But if you think how great the bowl is anyway, and then
Right.
you can come on Wednesday and Sunday, you can come a little early and have a free wine tasting with Caroline's there. These winemakers are there. You get to hear the stories. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's such an experience, and there's so much going on in the backyard, like you've talked about. Picnic boxes, and there's the Maple Drive. That sounds great. I got to try that. But Suzanne, your fried chicken. I read that this morning and I kept going back to it. I'm like, I got to try that. I mean, there's so many great things. Big and juicy burgers. Lucques at the Circle, which is a full service dining experience for Pool Circle subscribers. You showcase a seasonally made to order menu, exceptional wine list. Have no doubt it is. So many highlights, street food and snacks. That sounds good. I got to try it all. The sweet shop. I might not even see the concert. I might just hang out at all your shops.
Just do a street crawl there.
Yeah. Do you know,
exactly.
you know about Magpies?
Oh, yeah.
No.
So Magpies it's a soft serve ice cream company, local. They have 3 shops. And they do these incredible ice cream pies. And we brought them in last year, and it's been a huge hit. So at the sweet shop, and in actually some of the desserts, when you order from the boxes, we do these incredible ice cream pies. They do like a Mediterranean inspired one with pistachio ice cream and a little baklava topping. We do cookies and cream one, but and many of them are also vegan.
Yeah.
So that's a
Mm.
really cool thing to check out in the
Yeah.
marketplace and also in the sweet shop.
I have to say their vegan ice cream does not at all taste like it's vegan. I've had a lot of non-dairy ice creams. These are, you would not be able to tell.
So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay, so last question well, I've got one extra for Chef Suzanne, but one extra question at the very end here. Last question for both of you though. Who are you looking forward to, like on your perfect night? You get a night off, hopefully. Your families are together, you're at the Hollywood Bowl. What kind of wine do you bring to the table, Carolyn? And what kind of food are you eating and who would you see?
Well, I already have my box lined up for the Cure.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I'm drinking a nice bright minerally white, like an Etna Bianco or a little Albarino from Ria Spicious.
And I would maybe have, can I come for 2 nights?
Yeah.
I'm really excited for, well, the Snoop Dogg,
yes,
Dr.
Snoop
Dre
Dogg.
celebration of the 30th year.
For sure.
Of Snoop Dogg. That's going to be incredible. And I'm also actually have some friends coming out of town and we're going to do that My Morning Jacket and Fleet Foxes show, which is in August.
That'll be good. Yeah.
I love to eat in the box. I like to get the, we do like a slow roasted salmon with a cucumber yogurt and all kinds of like herbs. And also we do a Moroccan chicken tagine for 2 with couscous and apricots. It comes with a little mezz platter of different salads. And for wine, I always ask Carolyn to send me something.
What
So
would you send
would-
for that last dish there? That sounds good.
Well,
with the
Dan's a
couscous and-
rosé drinker.
Mhm.
So, and with that Moroccan, I think a rosé would be lovely. Also,
Yeah.
that salmon is like the perfect outdoor summer entree. But we have a really lovely Cabernet Franc that would be
Mhm.
fantastic from the Loire Valley. That'd be fantastic with that tagine. I'm there.
Can I join any of the
Yeah.
boxes?
my new
I
thing
lo-
is starting with a little that's a sparkling.
Oh, yeah.
The sparkling rosé.
Yeah, she loves a little Paul Bara sparkling rosé champagne.
Just to start the night off.
Just gets it
you know,
festive.
that-
I think some
That's
part
the way
like
to
that.
do it. Live
Yeah.
life. And the two of you are, and I just love it. I love seeing you again and having you back on. I wanted to ask Chef one last question. A long time ago, I don't remember how long ago we did this interview, but there was someone that staged with you, a kid that you brought in. Anyway, he was a young kid and he talked so highly about you and was on his father and his mother were on the show. They told me the story. And then I talked to you and I think you told me about the first night that Lucques opened and you said that you had some red wine and you were hiding in the kitchen.
I was hiding in the walk-in.
Hiding in the walk-in with some red wine.
In the afternoon, I was so stressed out and everybody kept asking me questions that I put on a parka and I went in the walk-in and I told Karina, my sous chef, the time I said, I'm going to be in the walk-in. Can you field any questions? I took my little sip of red wine and it was so terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it was the first time, I had been the chef at Campanile, but it was always like Mark and Nancy were still there. It wasn't my restaurant,
It was yours.
this was the first time it was like, oh shoot. Like I felt like I was, like you're standing naked in front of the world.
Yeah, I always think of that story and I love it. Do you still hide in the walk-in with a glass of wine before a big opening like you're
I
doing
do
right now?
not, sadly.
You do not?
Yeah, we just have a
No.
mood elevating coffee.
Yeah, we have a mood
instead.
elevating coffee. Yeah, so
That's
we've-
maturity. You've grown
yeah,
up a little.
graduated. And then I have my little half glass of the rosé
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah. But
Well,
yeah,
I want to thank you both. You're so much fun. I hope to see you in LA soon at one of the places. Thank you so much, Suzanne Goin, Caroline Styne. Go this weekend and discover the delicious food and wine menus this summer at the Hollywood Bowl, thehollywoodbowl.com. And just to let you know a little more about the Hollywood Bowl, it's one of the largest natural amphitheaters in the world with seating of nearly 18,000. God, I hope you don't have to feed all those people. The Hollywood Bowl has been yeah, that's a lot of people. It's been the summer home of the Los Angeles Philharmonic since its official opening in 1922 and plays host to the finest artists from all genres of music. There's something for everybody. And it's one of the best deals anywhere in Los Angeles to this day.
Mhm.
$1 buys a seat at the top of the bowl for many classical and jazz performances. February 2023, congratulations. The venue was named the Outdoor Concert Venue of the Year at the 34th Annual Pollster Awards. It's an honor that was bestowed on the Hollywood Bowl 15 previous times.
I think
Anyway, if you love music, if you
Okay.
love good food, if you love great wine, and you love good friends, go see Caroline and Suzanne and everybody else at the Hollywood Bowl. You're going to enjoy yourself. Thank you so much. We'll be right back with Chef Victoire from Top Chef World All-Stars. Thank you, Caroline and Suzanne. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. Thank you.